Hello, strangelings. Welcome back to the parlor. Don't mind me. I gotta make sure my lap blanket here. Yeah, that's right. We went from miserably hot to miserably cold. I'll make sure my lap blanket doesn't fall off. Hold on. I'll light my candles. And not in a haze, guys. I promise I didn't find God. If you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. So. Oh. Well, shoot. Okay. Oops, sorry, guys. Today, for scents, I am doing a jasmine and a sandalwood. You guys know. I just kind of, well, maybe you don't. I just kind of really do random scents, and sometimes I might get a hankering for a certain scent. I was thinking I was going to do a flowery day again, but the sandalwood popped out to me. And it just said, "You gotta burn me today, you gotta burn me." Hopefully, guys, I'm not too much louder than I should be. Let me adjust my mic a little bit. Bop it up, sorry. There we go. What I really needed to get for this thing was an arm, actually. And as you guys can see, I did my tea really, really loosely today. And that's for two reasons. For one, the biggest reason, the tea company that I get most of my tea from, there is plastic in the paper. Little pouches, little baggies. I need a drink. And quite frankly, I don't like brewing and drinking that plastic in. So, there's that. But there's also the fact that I'm actually kind of experimenting with tea leaves. And this stuff is a bagged tea, so it's not meant to be a loose tea. But, trust me, you can use anything. Alright, guys. So, of course, you guys know the first step is the loudest. Remember, guys, we don't pick with our hands because our hands can feel things. The letter beads, I'll show you here in a couple minutes, are actually grooved. I think one more. That was more than one more. That was a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4. That was my limit. That's 9. But just showing you with these ones here and the boxed ones. I don't know if you can see, but it is grooved. I don't know if the shadow's working very well here to show you. But anyway, they're grooved. Oh, God. Yeah. That was not a part of it. 1, 3, 4, 5. Okay, there we go. Didn't have a square one in there at all, guys. Didn't have a square one in there at all. I was forgetting which one I was looking at. And I know. Oh, and this one's actually upraised. And I know most people can't. They're not sensitive enough. As far as I know, I can't either. But I know, personally, I know people who can. That's why we never pick with our hands, guys. So, we have this cross here. And I would say this is a modern cross. This doesn't feel very old. It doesn't look very old. It's not a old-looking design. I would say it's a modern cross. So, someone who follows a more modern version of Christianity, obviously. We have a V in pink. I don't know if that's important. We have a C, which is green. Also, I don't know if that is important. Okay, so we have 2 8s. 1, 2, 2 8s, 2, a 0. So the way this is facing me is a 6, guys. Unfortunately, with these number beads, 6 and 9 are the same. But it was facing me in the position of 6 and E. So that is a lot. 9 is the max beads or whatever I will take. That's a lot. It's kind of funny. I just made a video about catch-all not too long ago, and it wants to be a lot today. Okay, give me a second, guys. Let me take a quick drink. Quick drink to notice that my incense has gone out, guys. 1. Uno momento, por favor. Got my lighter and now I'm rolling on through my blanket. Sorry, guys. Just trying to trip myself up is all. Okay. I was kind of wondering about that because this happens a lot with these backflow cones. Essentially, they have oils in them that make the smoke heavier and fall downward instead of going up. So some of the smoke will go up, as smoke normally does, but the smoke from the oils will go down. That's the only reason. And they're kind of fun, so, you know, I like them. Alright, now it's time to get to the cards, guys. And this is probably going to come out a little later today, mainly because for once I decided to go ahead and do a bunch of stuff before I did the card video today. You know, Morgath had to work, and he likes to watch TV before he goes to work, so I don't want to do my card reading and make him be silent. That, and I had a lot of stuff to get done to get this community going for all of us, guys. There may not be much of us here yet, but, you know, eventually there will be. And when there are, we want to be ready with every safety net the law allows. Okay, so, and I'm going to be honest with you guys, I have had a busy, not only week, but weekend. My entire, or day, not week. I not only had a busy day, but I had an entirely busy weekend before that. So, you know, and I still have more I've got to get done today. Excuse me all the burps, guys. It's the tea, I swear. Okay. So let's go ahead and start reading. 1, 2, 3. Interesting. So, whoever I'm reading for, whoever this is relevant to, you start the inquiry. Start this the situation we're currently talking about. It looks like you were in a mode of waiting, of trying to gain balance in your life, trying to do the right things for those around you and get the right things done for you. Kind of, you were in a patient, worried, but expecting kind of position. The face on the Temperance card today is really pulling out to me, and it looks like you were waiting on a situation, you were watching a situation, you were tending to a situation that was a little worrisome for you at the time. And prior to today, you not only were tending the situation and trying to get it to go where you needed it to go, but through this process, you came to a point of justice. The Justice card is interesting because these balance scales are actually balanced. And more often than not, in justice, the balance scales tend to not be. So it's kind of interesting. Not in the cards, obviously, in life. So that's kind of interesting. You got justice came in for you. And you are, at present day, feeling not necessarily well balanced and well placed, but well set to rebalance in place. That's what I'm feeling. Oh no. Oh, okay. Okay. I am so sorry. I did not realize. So, in this situation, you have been let out pretty much in the cold. You have been kept out pretty much in the cold. And you have been, in this situation you were in, I don't know if this was, work or love, but in this situation you were in, while you were still, I'm so glad that it's still in the camera. I have to look up here to make sure I'm still in the camera, because I can't stand it when I take the cards out of the camera. In this situation you were in, I don't know if this was a love or if this was work, but this was something where it was supposed to be a partnership. It was supposed to be mutually beneficial, as well as kind of a mutual cost share and benefit kind of situation, So the only two I'm really getting is love or work dynamic, but it feels like if it's a work dynamic, it's especially probably a partnership work dynamic as opposed to an employer-employee kind of thing. So this is some kind of, it feels like some form of trying to be a partnership where you were, hoping to go back and forth, give half, get half kind of thing. You were tending to your part of this particular relationship dynamic. And somehow through this, you got justice. Now, I shuffled the cards because That doesn't make sense, though. How did we get here? Is this the other party? Okay. I got this now. Alright. Sorry, guys. I needed some self-clarity. It seems to me here, this was something that... Here we started off. This person was presenting... You've heard, I'm sure, dozens of card readers say it, but there's no sex in tarot. There is no sex in tarot, guys. And there is no sex in tarot. There's body parts, but no sex. Anyway, this person was showing up as kind of a Nine of Pentacles. This heir apparent, this person of leisure and luxury who easily, abundantly grows their resource harvest. In this case, mostly monetary or material resource harvest. That's who they were showing up as, this person. You were showing up as a King of Cups, which is somebody who is of high status, both lineage and looked at as somebody with some kind of authority in the world, in issues, in just everything in the world, just seen as kind of an authority figure. And you, in your own right, had good ability to bring your resources in. However, your resources, you were less concerned about the material. I'm not saying you don't have the material. You weren't a person who had the material and an easy way to get it, much like the person who came in to partner with you. However, it was more that your concentration, your focus was more on the non-material. And through that, through seeing all this, you and this person decided to forge this partnership. Now, of course, if you guys have seen my early practice or sample readings, you guys know that I'm usually trying to get to the heart of what we're trying to say right now, but this one's so odd that I really just wanted to see what this was. So this is kind of where we were here, right? You guys are sitting in this... Try not to hit it. You guys are sitting in this kind of a King of Cups position. And come across this path with this Seven of Pentacles. And partnership arises. Boy. See, I said I was going to try not to tap it, but then I tapped it. Sorry, guys. Okay. Now, this, you did what you needed to. For the abundance of what you were doing with this partner. You were going out, you were getting things done. You were getting things done as needed. And it started to become more like this wasn't your life in a partnership so much as it was the fairy's choice. You weren't sure what you were getting from one day to the next. Every single day when you were choosing, it seemed to be slightly different. Until justice came in for you. I'm sorry, guys. I try not to be nosy, but, you know, I had to. I had to today. It's just, it was there. What can I say? The reason why is because starting from today, you kind of feel like you are in a position where you are having to just look out and keep watch and make sure everything's safe, and you feel beat to hell and you're not sure what it's for anymore or whatnot. Now this is gonna put you into and don't mind my guts, sorry guys. This is gonna put you into a King of Swords position. You're still going to be that authority figure. You're still going to be that person that when people need help, they're probably going to go to you. At least some of the time. You're going to be that person who's seen as the person who knows what you should do or what someone should do, so that people will still want to come to you. And through this, this isn't in the reading itself, but this is kind of just a personal note that I'm starting to feel here, guys. Because what I'm seeing here is getting through this, coming from this position where you feel like you've been left out. You're the the last stand watch, which means you're way out in the boonies and no one's coming out to talk to you, to deliver you your food or nothing. You're just kind of out here on your own, right? You're going to go from that kind of a feeling to the King of Swords, where you may or may not still be out here on your own, but you are standing more solid as time goes by. You are figuring out how to manage this to work for you, even if it is a struggle. But through this, you will earn your laurels. Through this, you will begin to be seen as someone who is solid, is constant, is good, has gone out, done the tough, same word, but you know, done the hard, solid work to make sure that not only you, but your community thrive. And I see, as a magician, we know the magician always turns it around. The magician always turns everything into something useful, into something dynamic. I don't know why that's one of the words that wanted to come out right now, but I don't know that I'm gonna keep this card out, but I just want to see end card, because I mean, yeah, you turn everything into something useful, into the things that can benefit you, but I kind of want to see if you're going to end up getting back to being out of the position of the King of Swords back into the King of Cups, you know. Because the King of Swords, obviously, he's a king. He's not out of resource. He can get resources fairly easily. But the King of Swords, well, that's someone who has to deal with a large variety of material issues, material problems. What some people might call first world issues. And yeah, I know first world issues, it can be used as a derogatory to say that first world issues aren't as bad, but everybody knows that first world issues can actually be as bad. No, I'm gonna keep it up here, guys, because damn, I asked. Yeah, you're gonna through transforming what you've been through up till now, through transforming this pain, this anguish, this exhaustion, this disappointment in the world around you, you are going to end up coming through it, you're going to become, you know, somebody you know that not only you, but your whole community can be proud of. Again, if you're not, I mean, I'm assuming actually that you might actually be, but you know, this is more of a recognition from more than just your internals at this point in your future. And you're going to turn that into your Ace of Cups. Now, I know there's going to be some people out there who are going to be asking, because this was a partnership here, and it could be a romantic partnership, does that mean that you're no, since it's an ace, you're going to be alone for the rest of your life? And I mean, what I'm going to tell you right now is if you are, it is not likely that it even bothers you. If this Ace of Cups means that you are indeed resource abundant and alone, it's not going to be something you don't like. It's not going to be the dreaded loneliness of singlehood for the rest of your life or something. But y'all know I'm not Christian. That dove with that disc, that wafer, that feels like it's symbolizing that it won't be alone, that you'll have someone who is willing to help pour into your cup the same way you were trying to pour back and forth with this whole dynamic here. It feels like. Now, you guys know, the future is not written in stone. There is not some magical tablet that says what we're going to do in 50 years, that says where I'm going to be in 2030. Does not at all. The future, the past, the present, it's all exponential flow, guys. It's like a tree with the roots of the past spreading far and wide, unseen underground, and the branches spreading far and wide into the sky for the future. That's what time really is, guys. Just imagine yourself, okay, sitting on the trunk of said tree while zooming through space. No matter where you are on that tree, you are on your present. And your future is in front of you, and your past is still behind. Okay, so number 9 popped out first. And so did number 8. I did not have these in order, guys. The last time I had these in order was when I made the video about card meanings on Lady Emery Draven, and it was by suit because I did it like a deck of cards, not the Gypsy Witch Tarots or oracles that they are. Alright, so it started off with number 9. The bird signifies dire misfortune and furious enemies when near. Well, it's somewhere, if I go for my teacup this time, it was more far. If far away from the person, and with 7, 16, 12, and 22. Nope. Between. Oh. One of those 4 cards would have to be between for that one. So it says misfortune and fierce enemies. 8 is the next one. The scythe presages disappointment and when near the coffin. No coffins, okay. So misfortune and furious enemies, disappointment, Now, 34 is the next one. The star ensures success in all enterprises when near and when very distant, some unlucky events. Well, it wasn't very distant. And the last one, number 40, wine is the symbol of cheerfulness and gallantry. So the confirmation cards we have here are misfortune and furious enemies, disappointment, then success in all enterprises, cheerfulness and gallantry. So yeah, lines up about where it usually does. It seems like you've been on a rocky road in your life. So hopefully this won't be so rocky no more. You just have to learn the lessons from all of this. My advice to you, if the person this reading is meant for actually hits this person, this was a lesson to learn, or lessons to learn, just like the rest of life, but stronger in this case, I would say. We always have to remember our negative situations in life are just that much extra with the lessons. Sorry guys, something caught my eye, and wow. So at the bottom of this card, there's this little snail. And it just, for some reason, I have not even noticed that there was a snail on that card. And I've been reading Rider White since I was 3 years old. So, what, 42 years now. I've been reading Rider White decks, and I did not notice that snail. And it pulled to me, so I was trying to close out the reading, I swear guys, but I kind of wonder if some of this wasn't because they were lazy. I mean, snails aren't lazy, guys, but they're slow. And slow in human society tends to be considered a sign of laziness. So I kind of wonder. Anyway, it's not mine to wonder. So I'm going to leave it here, guys. I'm going to let you guys sit with this and figure out what it is that I may have given you today. And as always, I really hope that it does find who it's meant for, because I mean, that's the point of doing these. That, and to show you guys how I do. Alright guys, don't forget, I'm going to be taking my first bookings for personal readings November 1st. I am literally only going to be doing one reading per day, guys. I know, plenty of other readers will take multiple bookings per day. I've heard of readers who have told me, well, they only take about an hour, so those readers don't do what I do. It's very, very draining for me to sit here with all of this. I mean, it's a lot of brain work, guys. My statistical algorithms is a lot. So I'll be doing one booking per day, and like I said, I will be starting those November 1st. So you guys want to get out there and get those, just hit me up on Discord, let me know. I'm probably going to go ahead and start booking the week before so that I'm all ready to go the week of. And with that, I am going to go ahead and get out of here. I'm going to do this so that I can finish my day of actual work too. And yeah. It's a really hopeful message. You just have to make sure that you are integrating those lessons. You integrate those lessons and you are going to completely and utterly, miraculously change this for the better for yourself again. And the honest truth is it won't be that hard because you started. You started in a position of King of Cups. So, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget, guys, it doesn't matter who you are, I love you. Take care of each other. And I'll see you guys in the next video.